All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Atlanta Falcons. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Let's go, boys. Let's go. Right, 5-8, 5-8. Right there, 54 Mike. Watch the pass, watch the pass. Here we go, here we go. Good.
Breeze now on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Ready?
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Here we go. Hey, break it down, fellas. Break it down. Protein spill.
A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here, up to the 34.
And Falcons fans everywhere excited that Devontae Freeman is back on the field wearing number 24 in the red and black. Remember, he went down in Week 2 in 2018 with an injury and didn't return. They're hoping to see the form that led him to 1,000-yard seasons in 2015 and 2016.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
Here we go, 21, 21. Mike 50, Mike 11. Mike 50, Mike.
To throw, it's Breeze. Gets it off to Freeman. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
95-56, 95-56.
After the penalty, here's Freeman. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
It's a loss of 2.
36.
On 2nd and 12, Breeze. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
So it's an empty possession there, and you'd have to say it's not like him to come up short on a kick like that.
Yeah, and it's real easy for me to say this, but anything in the 40 to 49-yard range should be pretty automatic for an NFL kicker, especially in terms of at least getting it there. So you're right. That is a surprise if this would come up short.
A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. It's Kareem Jackson making the play defensively.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest, you can draft the most athletic guys, but if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. He'll drop to throw. He'll get this one to Galladay. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10, down at the 33. Here's Coleman on the draw. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. He still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, and they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Smith-Schuster, a gain of 16 yards. First down, Philadelphia.
Let's go. 60 yards. 54. Got one. Watch out. Ready?
They go to the former Saint, Mark Ingram. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Mark Ingram. His first touchdown here of the new campaign as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And we'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they were in field goal range last time out, but couldn't connect.
It's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. He'll have a first down past the 40. And gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. 27 yards there, a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
5-9.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
I got him. Hey, easy. Out.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Following the delay, here's 2nd and 9. They toss to Freeman. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Now Breeze on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now?
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. Touchdown, Philadelphia. What a sensational punt return. 98 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly for 6. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Falcons, nothing.
Ready? 5-9. Right there. 54 Mike. Watch the screen. Pass. Sammy. Good eye.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. Flush to his right. Now he'll pull it down. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the draw, this will be Freeman. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Breeze. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Watch the screen. He's coming. We got double up. Over. 54, right there. 54 Mike. I'm coming for you, son.
They fake the give. Here's Breeze. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a 2nd one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
To throw again on 2nd down. Sudfeld. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. It's a 1st down following a gain of 3.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. They'll set up a throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Now this is Hilton on the receiving end. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Back to throw again. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
Gonzalez's kick is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
We got this. The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Julio Jones, 77 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Maybe that is the boost that this offense needed.
They've done nothing the entire half, but out of the blue comes this big shot here. You're exactly right. Like a dunk in basketball, like a home run in baseball, maybe a solo shot. Sometimes you need that big play to get things ignited.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup. Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd and 10. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
60 or. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Intercepted. The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 10-yard line.
Ready.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And now the clock reads precisely 1 minute to go in the half. You want to run the 1 minute off? And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. So the screen pass goes backwards. That play seemed to have a potential disaster written all over it from the start.
I mean, wasn't that a tough spot on the field to make that call? You're inviting defensive linemen and linebackers to get pressure. So if one of them sniffs this out, you're definitely in danger, and this time it cost them 2 points.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
All day, all day, all day. Hey, Zoo. 54, they go.
Back to throw. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
Ready.
This quarterback now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here.
Hey! Motion. Hatchet. Switch.
They'll look to throw. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Go.
2nd and long. Looking deep for Hilton. And this will be caught inside the 10. What a grab. A big play there just before halftime. 47 yards. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
We won it. Pilot, 64, weak. 2nd
and 9 now. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Derek Watt in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will. I think a lot of people...
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, this will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Ready?
Right back to Coleman here on first down. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down. And Ndamukong Suh makes the tackle. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
56. You don't want this.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
Ready?
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener with it.
He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. He is a difference maker at the linebacker position. He had a pick 6 last year, remember it. But it's different for those guys, isn't it, than a corner or a safety?
It certainly is, because sometimes they're pattern reading, seeing what the receivers are doing. Sometimes they're spot dropping, just getting to a place on the field and finding the quarterback and going to the ball. But remember this, these linebackers, at one time in their life, a lot of them were running backs. And they love having the ball back in their hands and making big moves towards the end zone.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Ready?
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down.
Hey, Haywood!
Breeze going to throw. Forced out to his left. It's caught. Jones. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion. Now a draw play for Gore. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
5-8, 5-8.
On play action, it's Breeze. Sliding out of the pocket. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
2nd and 1 at the 29-yard line.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. Ingram's got the 1st down and more. And he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. It's an Eagles 1st down on a gain of 11.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's got Smith here. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
On 2nd down now, it's Ingram. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Here we go. 60 or 54. Watch the slap.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used the calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
We're good, we're good. 5-4, ready.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Ready.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now Breeze. And he hits his target. This is Luke Stocker. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Ready. Yellow lady.
Mike is a 50. Check Mike 50.
On the ball.
Under 10. Under 10. 10.
Kill. Hey, kill.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Falcons on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Here's Breeze to throw. Complete to Jones. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Breeze now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
12.
Tighten up.
Ready, set.
They run Devontae Freeman. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And a good effort on the return there gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And the catch made by Hilton. Touchdown, Philadelphia! T.Y. Hilton. He scored on a punt return, and now he's scored through the air as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the three phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. Gets fielded in the end zone. He'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Ready?
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our house.
0-2.
On play action. Now Breeze. Looking downfield for Jones. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Caught by Jones. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 28. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Now on second down, this is Gore. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. The Falcons on third down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 6. This complete to Jones. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Easy, opposite. 54's Mike. Check.
Here's Breeze. He completes it to Jones. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football this week?
Unfortunately, no.
It's too bad, right? That would have been big points. But he is really trying to rally his team as best he can. Things are not going as well the rest of the way for them. That's why they're down with this deficit. He might need to score a couple of more times to give them a chance.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own
Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And you have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. They will run again with Coleman. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Complete to Hilton. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. So they go pass on 3rd and 2. They complete it, but no gain. Should they have tried to run it?
I thought that running the ball in that situation is what they would have done, because at worst case scenario, you may bring up a 4th down decision for your team. Instead, now they're not close to the 1st down.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, you probably just want to put this one behind them. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. To throw is Breeze. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
Throwing now is Breeze. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. The Falcons send out their punter. He's been terrific so far. A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Philadelphia, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.